This some bullshit. Sunday, March 15th, 2026. It is the first race of the season and about just under 90 minutes to go. I'll be starting the Irish Double. So the Irish Double, the Dig Deep races in Bay City, Michigan, the St. Pat's races, we got an 8K and at 8:45 a.m. and then at 10:30. Is it 10:30 or 10? Okay, it's at 10:30. Will be the 5K. So 8 miles total. And this is the first race of the season. I always love this race. I've been doing this race for, it's my 8th year running this race. So this race always reminds me of the opening season, get the running season started. When I say get the running season started, it's literally a blizzard outside. But they are calling for 60 degrees later this afternoon. So by the time the 5K starts, it's probably gonna melt. Michigan is a great place to live. All right, so I'm about to head out. My ride should be here in a few minutes. And I will check back with you in the after action report. Catch you on the other side. Metal Monday. All right, we are here for the after action report. It is the 16th of March. And yesterday, I'm gonna say this straight out the gate, this was probably my favorite Irish Double ever. And maybe because it was the snow, I have never ran a race in the snow, but it's just a challenging puddles. There was a few sleets of ice in the very beginning of the first 400 meters at the start and finish line, but other than that, there was like some puddles, some slushes, and the wind was a challenge as well. But it was, once you went through the neighborhood down the center street, was, you got like trees on both sides, snow cover. It looks like Christmas winter wonderland. It was, and we're in March, so this is a little bit late, but I mean, it is what it is. But let me go back. I was gonna go into this race. I want to go for a PR. Training's been going good for the armed services training, and something happened on Wednesday. So I think this all started on Sunday. Last Sunday, I did a 16-mile long run, and I added 2 sets of 5K marathon pace, and it actually felt really good. It was probably one of my best long run workouts I had probably in 3-4 years. Like, I hit all my paces, I felt loose, I felt good, I felt controlled. However, I did go over I-75 bridge in Carlton, Carty Street. I actually went over 2 pretty big inclines and downhills. And I think when I went over those 2, it was during when I was picking up that race pace. And I think the downhill put a little stress on my right knee. It was like a small dose of runner's knee. I didn't feel it during the run or after, but the next morning I woke up, when I was walking downstairs, I felt it, and I'm like, uh-oh, this ain't good. So I did a 7-mile run on Tuesday. Felt fine. It was noticeable, but it wasn't painful. And then when I did a leg workout, I did some squats, and it was there. So I'm like, all right, well, no squats. I'll go on the treadmill on Wednesday, just do a super easy recovery run, and it was like, yeah, I'm gonna take a day off of running. So Thursday I went back on the bike. I didn't do any running. I just did simple exercise, massage, iso workouts on that quad, hamstring stretching, and actually it recovered pretty well. So I was gonna go into this race trying to PR by both 8 and 5K, but I'm thinking about the long term, and I'm like, you know what, I'll just treat this as a workout. And plus, with the conditions on the course, probably not the safest bet. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna go see how I feel, and if I feel good, my legs feel loose, I'll pick it up from there. So I got there right at the dot. So usually I do this for every race. I always want to warm up, get like a mile or two in, just to get my legs warmed up, get the blood flow moving, and muscles ready to go. So because we had that storm early yesterday morning, the roads were slick, it was icy, plow, salt trucks everywhere, and the race started at 8:45 for the 8K. I got there about 8:10, like 10 after the hour, and of course y'all got to make that pit stop, so I'm finding everywhere to find a porta potty. But thankfully, well, I got to give a shout out to Bay City and everyone dig deep. Thank you for the extra porta potties, because that was nice. And then by the time I just did like a couple of quick leg swings, I probably did like a 5-minute warm up, and then I did my 2-mile run for a warm up before the 8K. And then once I got done, it was 8:39, and they were already playing the national anthem, and made it just in time. So 8:45, the start of the 8K, the first, I would say 200 meters was pretty much all snow and ice. They couldn't pave or shovel and plow that area for whatever reason, but the rest of the courses were all plowed and clear. All it is just a bunch of puddles and slushes everywhere. So it is what it is. So I started off a little bit slow in the first mile. Basically it was a down and back. So you go down Center Avenue, and then you turn into Carroll Park. So the first straightaway is 1.5 miles, and then you go through the neighborhood. The neighborhood was probably the worst part because there was a lot of potholes, puddles. I actually got my feet soaked right at the halfway point. I actually felt really good in this race. My first mile, like I said, it was just to be a little cautious. I went at 7:54. Mile 2 was 7:49. This race course is relatively flat, except when you turn into where Carroll Park is. There is a slight downhill, and when you make your way back around to the finish line, you just going along with the wind, you're cruising. The first 1.5 miles was you were facing the wind, so that was very challenging. I wouldn't say it was strong like Detroit last fall, but it was pretty good. You got all that cold wind blowing in your face. So I just kind of stayed with the pack around that 7:50, 7:45-ish pace. And once I got back to Center Avenue around mile 4, I was just cruising. So at mile 3, I went to 7:42, mile 4, 7:36, and mile 5 was a 7:25. So once I got to back on Center Avenue, making your way back to the finish line, I was like, it was no effort at all. I was cruising. You got the wind blowing right by you. By this time, things are already starting to melt, so it's just all wet, puddles, slushes everywhere. and it felt like you're adding more weight to your shoes. The shoes I was wearing was the Ultra Experience Flow 2. I went with that shoe. I thought about wearing my New Balance 1080 that I got recently because of the higher cushion. Maybe the higher cushion will take some of that load off of my knees. But honestly, my knees actually felt really good. I had no issues, nothing, no tingles here and there. It felt really good. I did do some body squats after the 8K to get ready for the 5K, just to have an actual proper warm up now. And I did feel it, but it wasn't painful. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do this. And we'll get more in the 5K after that. So here's the dirty tactic. Once you get back on the 7th Avenue, you can literally see the finish line. It's a start and back, basically. Except for the 8K, you go through a little neighborhood, you kind of circle around, get back onto 7th Avenue, you make your way back. When you get back onto 7th Avenue, you can literally see the finish line. You feel like you're right there, but you actually got a mile and a half to go, and it feels like it's, oh man, am I running slower or is this thing close? So 8K, I felt really good. I averaged around a 7:41 pace. Once I got to that last mile, like I said, things were starting to warm up. Things were melting everywhere. And I came into this race wearing my Saucony tight short, pants, and I had shorts over it. I had a Features Merino 10 wool socks. My Under Armour long sleeve neck collar long sleeve shirt that I had since when I played football in high school, and my Runners Athletic Company St. Patrick's jersey. And I said to myself, I'm going to take my tights off and just put shorts on, because I felt like I overdressed. So across the finish line, finished with the average pace of 7:41. A 38:30 was my official time, and it was about 9:30 about the time I got done, something like that. And me and my mom, we went back to this I think it was Beaver's Bar. It was like one of the only restaurants in that downtown area that was open, and they allowed people in. By the way, shout out to the servers over there that gave me pickle juice. Man, the pure electrolyte drink. So went in, kind of debrief everything about how the 8K went really good. My knees felt good. My shoes are wet. Felt like I went through a monsoon again, but I didn't. It's just everything's melting. We're literally about to get all 4 seasons in a span of 10 hours. It's Michigan. I mean, come on. So I went in the bathroom, went to go change, and I took off. So they had in the bathroom this little vent that I took my socks off, and I kind of let it dry a little bit, but I only left it on for 5 minutes because there was a couple of other people coming to the bathroom. All right, I'm getting out. So put shorts on, stayed in the bar for about 30 minutes to about 10 o'clock, and went outside with shorts in. Man, it was brutal. I felt like the wind got a little bit more aggressive. I don't know if that was the case, or maybe just because I'm in shorts and I'm not running. So I did a proper warm-up, did some hip mobility there, calf raises, some hops, just to get an actual proper warm-up in. And yeah, so, and I did some body squats, mobility, just to open up the hips as well. And that's why I mentioned, okay, my knee's still not 100%, but I would say it's at a 90%. So I'm just gonna go in the race with the same attitude. You know what? I'm just gonna see if I can hold this marathon pace, or maybe even go a little bit faster, and we'll call it good. I mean, I'm sure nobody's going for a PR just because of the conditions. By the way, shout out to everybody brave enough to run in this conditions. So shout out to everybody that showed up. It was, met up with a lot of friends, a lot of people. It was a great vibe, great. Everybody, the whole community coming together to run this brave. The cold, storm, wind, snow. It was beautiful. So anyway, now I had an actual proper warm up in 10:30, 5K starts, and let's just say it didn't go according to plan. I ran faster, but before the first mile was even completed, 3 things happened. First off, like I said, like the first 200 to 400 meters was all pure snow and there's like sheets of ice. I don't know why the city of Bay City couldn't plow that area for whatever reason, but I mean, whatever. Somebody in front of me dropped their phone, and I was literally right behind this person. So I was like this close of stepping on her phone. It was dropped right on the ice, and I was going to stop and pick it up, but somebody else behind me literally did like a scoop and score you see in football. It was badass. Shout out to that guy too. That was perfect. So got out of the ice, we're on the full pavement, and I noticed a lot of the slush in the puddles were starting to go away, and which was nice. So you have a clear track ahead right ahead of me. So the 5K route is basically down and back. So wait, when you turn on the street to go to Carroll Park for the 8K route, you basically just do a turnaround and back. So it's just basically east or west to east, or all the way around, whatever. Where you start the west part of the city and then you go all the way to the east and you're all the way back. Stay in school, kids. So about this race was definitely a lot faster compared to my 8K race, mostly because there's a lot of people that showed up for the 5K. So I was having more of that draft, if you will. And right past the half mile, I noticed my left foot was off. I looked down, my shoes were untied, and I could feel my feet and my heels slipping out. So I'm like, my shoes are wet from the previous race, so I mean the shoelaces, not the best. So I had to stop, pull to the side, tie those shoes. So okay, we're good. Continue on. About another 400 meters before the first mile completed, my right shoes comes untied. So I had to stop to the side. So I double knot just both shoes just to make sure, because I can already tell my left shoe was about ready to come undone again. Then I didn't have any problems after that. So at that point, I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna go all out. So after I tied both those shoes, first mile was a 7:28. And then we get to mile 2, or at the turnaround, I wanted to do, you see, I think people in Japan do this little technique, like when they do a turnaround, they actually do a spin in the opposite, so they can, I don't know if there's an advantage to that. I tried doing that, but I had a whole bunch of people behind me. I'm like, I ain't gonna, it's not worth it. So, just did a normal turnaround, and then, of course, going along with the wind, I'm just cruising. So I went from a 7:28, and at mile 2, I went to 7:19. And like I said, this track was fast. And this was a race a few years ago. I PR'd a 5K. It was a 18:11, if I remember correctly. I have to go back and check. And basically, I went all out. Not all out, but I wanted to see if I can go faster in my marathon race pace. And I actually felt really, really good. Like I felt like I was cruising along. So I went from a 7:28, that was my first mile, a 7:19, and I was just passing everybody. And even the people that passed me from, that's the heater, it's still cold as hell in Michigan. All the people that passed me, I'm just kind of sneaking my way through. You see in like big packs at NASCAR races, or like the bigger tracks like Daytona, Talladega, they kind of sneak their way through. I was kind of like that. And mile 3, a 7:04, and that final 200 meters we got to. So this is interesting because keep in mind, like I mentioned, the first 200 meters at the start of the race, at the finish line, the final 200 meters is all pure ice in a whole crap ton of snow. I actually went faster in that area. So Once I hit mile 3 was a 7:04. Once I crossed the ice, I was at 7:50, or excuse me, 6:57. So actually, that was my fastest I ran part of that race. And with that finishing time, Strava says differently, but my official race time was a 23:27. I will say this was my best total time overall of the Irish Double. There's been a few years I've done just the 8K or the 5K. This is my second Irish Double. I did this race, the Irish Double, 2 years ago, and I think I only averaged like about 8-minute pace on both races. And my total time for this race combined was a 1 hour, 1 minute, 56 seconds. So I definitely PR'd in the Irish Double event compared to 2 years ago. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, the conditions had other plans for me to PR, but I'm thinking long term. I have another goal race in mind, which is the Armed Services Marathon, or half marathon, excuse me, in May. And the later this fall, it will be the Detroit redo from last year. Overall, this was probably my favorite Irish Double I've ever ran this race. I actually went back yesterday during launch to see what was the first year I've done this race. It was actually 2018. I just started with the 5K the first few years. Obviously 2020 didn't happen. 21 was still absent. 22 I did just the 8K, and that's when I PR'd that race. That was when I hit a 29:59, like just under 30 minutes in the 8K. And then a few years I did just 5K, and then 2024 I did the Irish Double, and that was really fun. A lot of people show up for the 5K, which to be expected because it's, I mean, shorter distance and it's later in the day. And I'm sure people who did or signed up for the Irish Double, the roads were very slick and definitely took some time to get over there. But shout out to Bay City for clearing the course. Shout out to everybody that showed up. Shout out to everybody, Dig Deep, Bay City, St. Pat's races, all the organizers for putting up this race. The vibe was great. People, all my friends I've seen over there were fantastic. It was a great time. This was one of the funs. This was the first race of my 2026 campaign, and I can already tell this is going to be a one I'm going to remember for a long time. Overall, great day. My legs feel good. Even my leg today feels good. Like I actually got some good sleep. It's just hit 8 o'clock this morning. So yeah, if you're in the Michigan area or even outside of the world, you want to do something fun, like a unique distance race. Like 8K is not really a typical race distance, but it's something very, very nice. And you got like a nice buffer from the 5K to the 8K. Not too long, it's only like an hour long, depending on how long it takes to complete the 8K. But you're not like you're going to be sitting for hours and just waiting for the next race to begin. So I highly recommend people go into this race. It's fun. It's like gets the running season started. It's like that opening day in Major League Baseball. It's kind of a good comparison, if you ask me. That's it. I gotta get ready for real work now, and I will catch you guys on the next one.